You know, it is common that a lot of people want to expose you, especially if you're as popular as Steve Harvey. But in his case, his own kid is the one who's revealing how obsessed he is with Lori. There is no denying that the Family Feud host has been all over our televisions. People from all over the world know him as well. But everything must have been so obvious for his other children for them to realize that his favorite child is Lori. So some of you might be a bit confused about his children, but let me break it down for you. According to him, family is my reason why. I work to have a legacy and hopefully make the world a better place for them. His eldest daughters are his twins, Carly and Brandy, with his then-wife, Marcia Harvey. He has also had a son with her, Broderick. Steve had a second wife, Mary Shackelford, and had another son with her named Winton. But they still ended their relationship, and then Steve met Marjorie and married her. He adopted Marjorie's 3 children, Jason, Morgan, and Lori. When Marjorie was asked about their family situation, she said, "When you're dealing with a blended family, everyone is coming from a place of brokenness. We knew this was right. Now we're mom and dad to everybody." Lori is the youngest of the bunch, and that must have been one of the reasons why Steve has been protective and very supportive of her at the same time. You must have known Lori as well because she also made a name for herself in modeling. Not only that, but people are mostly watching her love life and how colorful and juicy it is most of the time. People have also been very curious about their blended family and how they're dealing with it. For sure, they're doing something to make the setup work, but Steve, with all of his children, cannot help but to have favoritism. Because of this, speculations are going around that this is actually causing tension to the whole family. Obviously, Steve cares so much about her youngest daughter and would often adoringly talk about her in interviews. And maybe some of his other children are getting jealous because of the unfair treatment, especially those who are blood related to him. One source revealed Steve's got 4 biological kids with 2 previous wives and 3 stepkids with Marjorie. The source added, "They're driving him crazy. I bet that he wants everyone to get along, but he should also show everyone the same treatment." Anyway, we can all agree that Lori is the most popular among the siblings, and that is also one factor that might be affecting the relationship. The same source spilled, "He did the right thing adopting Marjorie's kids and loves them like his own, but there's a lot of dissension among the blended Harvey clan." There are other insiders who came forward and revealed that Steve's way of taking care of the feud among his own family is to spoil the kids with money. He would often give them everything that they want to avoid dealing with the jealousy. Oh boy, he should have known that it would not solve anything. It might work for a while, but it will come back biting him in the future. If you have been a fan and have been following Steve's family for a very long time, then you would also have an idea that the problem with their family did not only arise because of Steve's attention towards Lori. It also has something to do with Marjorie and her relationship with Steve's eldest daughters. Apparently, Brandy and Carly were not able to build a good relationship with Marjorie. But before we get deeper into the video, if you love Steve Harvey and are interested to know more about his family, then make sure they subscribe to our channel. I will always keep you posted about the latest news about their lives and more. Although Marjorie has been talking about doing well with their blended family, it seems like she was also not as fond with the twins. I mean, considering that they're already old enough when Marjorie entered the family, it must have also been hard for them to find a common ground with her. You know how it is with stepmoms, especially at the beginning. Additionally, the twins are often not present in the family photos that Marjorie shares online. Not only that, but they seldom join events and celebrations with the whole family as well. Many people noticed this when Marjorie showed off their home for Christmas and the twins were nowhere to be seen in that video. Speculations about them not getting along immediately made rounds online. As I've mentioned earlier, Lori has been linked to different guys in the past and most of her romantic relationships did not really work out. Steve was accused of tolerating her toxic relationships and turning a blind eye about how problematic it can be. Now, let's talk a bit more about Lori's dating history. When she was spotted with P. Diddy a couple of times, it actually made headlines. In 2018, news about her dating Diddy's son created a buzz. Lori also tried to get to know Trey Songz better. People also speculated that she dated Lewis Hamilton. Now, people are also talking about what happened to Lori and Michael B. Jordan and why they broke up. And since you can never really hide anything about your personal life and you're as popular as them, there would always be insiders who would report on what actually transpired. One source revealed that Lori realized that they weren't on the same page. For sure, you've also heard about Lori getting engaged with popular football player Memphis Depay. At this point, you must be wondering why she dates like this. It's as if she never wanted to take relationships seriously. I mean, there's really nothing wrong with not wanting to settle down, but she should not be entering relationships for clout. What do you think is the real reason why Lori and Michael B. Jordan ended their relationship? I would love to know your thoughts, so comment them down below. Even with all the dudes his daughter dated, people are saying that he liked Michael B. Jordan the best. He expected him to actually end up with her daughter. Apparently, Steve was also obsessing over Lori and Michael's relationship. But after the two split up, he obviously is still defending her daughter from all the rumors. Now that the two are no longer together, Steve started talking about how Lori is in a very good place right now after the breakup. When he asked about this past relationship, he said that he was not really allowed to talk about anything. He added that he gave her advice a couple of times. You see, he's really protective of Lori and he wants to protect her from people trying to pry on her private life. Well, they should have known that people would always want to know more about them as they're popular individuals to begin with. But if we really think about it, he must have been missing Michael B. Jordan. That is why he kept on talking about Lori's past with him. There were some people who were also claiming that Lori and Steve were not on good terms, especially when he was linked to Future. Many actually accused Lori of just using Michael B. Jordan to be on Steve's good side once again. But no matter how hard Steve tries to change people's take on Lori and her relationships, it would be too hard to do that, especially since Lori is not doing anything anyway to actually be in a stable relationship. Well, maybe she's just exploring all her options, but she should not be using her fame and name to get in a relationship with any guy that she laid her eyes on and interest in. There are a lot of people already who are trying to drag her as they feel like she dates whoever is interested in her. But for Lori, she's just dating on her own terms. I told you she must be enjoying how young and eligible she is, making it hard to settle for a long-term relationship. The way Steve turns a blind eye about Lori's problematic relationships is also causing more problems in his own family in general. Well, we can't really blame the other siblings if they're feeling the unfairness with how Steve treats Lori compared to how he deals with his other children. Not only is his treatment causing jealousy among the children, but how he spoils Lori as well. He gives her everything that she wants and supports her with whatever she is doing. Surely, Steve's got all the money to give all his children whatever they want, but it doesn't mean that they would feel like he was treating all of them equally. There is no doubt that Lori is the most favored child, and whether it has anything to do with her being the youngest, it doesn't matter. Their problem would always be there, especially if Steve did not give his other children the attention that they need. For sure, some of them were very confused with their family setup while growing up. Well, this is a very common problem with blended families anyway. The only difference is that Steve's family relations are highly publicized, considering that he's also very well known all over the world. There were also theories that Steve basically abandoned his twins when they were relatively young, thus causing the cracks in their relationship. To be honest, there's really nothing wrong if marriage does not work out, but the children getting left behind is the problem the parents should always give attention to. Even Lori is aware how special she is to Steve. For sure, being the youngest has its perks, but Steve is way over the top with how he treats Lori considering that she was not his biological daughter. Thanks for watching, don't forget to check out these videos.